everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Medita and today I am posting my very belated October TBR video. Don't ask me why it's so late. I've been busy with sleeping. And I obviously have a few books that I think are very much October #Halloween vibes. So these are my priority TBR books because these are the books you have to read this month. Yeah, let's just get right into showing you all the books I want to read, even though it's already the 10th. But we don't talk about this, okay? I still have 20 days to do this. The first book I want to read this month is The XX. And I know this book came out last year, so everybody read this book for Halloween last year, and I didn't. So basically, Vivian cursed her ex-boyfriend 9 years ago, whose name is Rice, whatever you want to call him. He moves back to town because he's the descendant of the town founder, and ever since he returned, chaos has followed, okay? Why? Because she cursed him, and now because he's back in the town where she lives as well, her town is being messed up. Because all of these things are happening and the town is being destroyed, they both have to kind of hash out their feelings and talk about the past and maybe think if this curse was actually a good idea or not. Magic, awful ex, jealousy, revenge, lots of chaos, and I'm guessing a broomstick. It also says on the back here that they have to save Reese's life. Is he in danger? SOS, someone help me. This sounds like Hocus Pocus, you know that movie? So I hope I really like this book. Also, just magic overall is something I really like, and magic combined with romance sounds like something I will enjoy a lot. The next book I want to read is also about witches. Who would have thought? And that's called Payback's a Witch. And it's also about revenge and plotting and cursing. And I love that stuff. So this book is about Emmy, who left her magical town where everyone is apparently a witch or magical to explore the world by herself and find a passion for herself, as well as to leave behind this guy named Gareth. However, she returns to her hometown because of this traditional thing that happens every year, that is this magic tournament. On her first night back, Emmy meets Talia. Talia used to date Gareth, you know, the guy that kind of made Emmy leave. And apparently, Gareth cheated on Talia with Lyndon. And now both Talia and Lyndon found out and they want a revenge plot against Gareth. And now they're asking Emmy if she wants to help them. And we'll see if she wants to help them plot a revenge against Gareth and destroy his life. 3 witches against a guy who's a cheater. What will happen? I'm excited to find out. Witches plotting revenge, I'm in. The next book I'm planning to read is also about witches. Dun dun dun! I think you can all see a theme here, and it's witches. And this book is called Not the Witch You Wed, and this is about mating. I know, weird. I usually read about that stuff on Wattpad, but why not? This book is about Violet and Lincoln. Violet has lost her magic because of something. We don't know what it is. We'll discover in this book. And she has to fake date this guy called Lincoln, who is this like werewolf. Because the magic world has told them they have to find mates and they don't want to find their mates. So they fake date and pretend they're fake mates so they can prolong their mating process with whoever their true love is. On top of that, they used to date when they were teenagers and Lincoln broke Violet's heart. Shocking, right? Who would have thought that the weird werewolf alpha male broke Violet's heart? Totally couldn't predict that. Joke's on them though. Apparently, their feelings aren't as fake as they thought they were. So I'm excited to find out why Violet's magic disappeared, why it returned, if they are true mates or not, and if their mates actually show up, what type of drama will happen in this book, because I can smell the drama from this book. Like, I can only imagine Violet's actual mate to show up and then him being super possessive and saying, no, we're together now. Fuck mates. So I'm excited to read about this. Then I have these 2 folklore retellings by Andrew Michael Hurley, and these are folk horror stories, and I mean horror. Halloween, both starts with an H, both have scary things involved. I love. So these were the 2 covers and they look freaking interesting in my opinion. This one is called The Fiends in the Furrows, and this is book 1, and it's like this tree with like this red branch and there's one person in a red like coat or something interesting. And then we have this one, it has a moon and a person with a torch and 2 witches, I'm guessing. But yeah, these are just folk tale retellings and they're all short stories, so I'm very excited about this. The titles of some of these are Pumpkin Deer, The Way of the Mother, Revival. Could be about zombies, you know, reviving, or maybe a person who comes back from the dead. Intense and interesting. And then the second book has other folk stories that involve superstition, alienation, paranoia, mindless, monstrous rituals, and an atmospheric dread. I don't know, sounds super cool, so I'm very excited to read both of these. Another story that I want to read that is also about a witch is The Near Witch by V. Schwab, and that cover is super cool. This book gives me the vibes of a very foggy afternoon afternoon, maybe the 29th of October or the 30th, and I would just be sitting on my bed with a little candlelight flickering, the fog outside of my window, it's dark out, you know, no sounds on the street, and I would be reading this with a little cup of tea, and I'd be so fully interested in the plot that I would be forgetting what's around me. When I look up, the fog is gone. I'd be super scared because I see this person standing outside. That is the vibes I get from this book, and I'm super excited to read about this. So this book is about Lexi, who has heard the story about this near witch in the title, who comes every night to the town looking for company.
Don't know what that means.
Sounds kind of scary. Sounds like a kidnapping type story. Then one night, Lexi meets this boy near the moor outside her house. Moor, aka Foggy, aka
super scary.
And she doesn't know his name because he always disappears with the smoke. But at the same time, little kids start disappearing from their beds inside their homes, and everybody starts suspecting that boy who shows up in the fog every night near the moor. Lexi is really confused about why these kids are being kidnapped from their beds, and she wants to find out why. So she needs to find out more about this nameless boy, as well as the story of the near witch. I absolutely love stories like this, so I'm very excited to see this mystery
Horror
thriller story with a boy who disappears in smoke and Lexi. This sounds like something I'll be hooked on right away, and something I want to read in one sitting, because who is taking these kids? I want to know too. So I'm very excited to read this. Then I have The Wicked Remain, and this is the sequel to The Grimrose Girls, which is a thriller mystery book that involves fairy tale retellings, and I'm very excited to read the sequel because the first book ended on a cliffhanger. The Grimrose Girls is basically about this friend group who are trying to figure out why one of their friends
died, and
everybody at the school thinks that their friend committed suicide, but all of them think that their friend was actually
killed.
And over the course of the first book, we find out more secrets about their friend's
Death,
as well as that other people at the school have died before, and they're all super confused. They're like, what the fuck? There have been more murders at our school and nobody is telling us why. Nobody ever told us about this. This is super scary. What is the school hiding from us? So throughout book one, we find out all the secrets revolving around the school and why fairy tales are involved. And so in the second book, I'm hoping to find out a bit more about these fairy tales, as well as who is behind these
killings.
And yeah, the last book had a lot of plot twists and Lugas moments for me. So also, it says on the back here that each girl harbors their own secrets. Maybe we get a few more hints about their past. That would be super cool. So yeah, very excited to read this. And then next, I want to read Cemetery Boys. Why, you may ask? Well, cemetery, you know, October, fog around the cemetery. Sounds super interesting and fits the hashtag vibes.
Because it's all about the vibes.
As I say in every video. So this book is about Yadriel, who's currently trying to prove himself to his family because his family has issues with accepting his gender. So to prove himself, he decides to resurrect the ghost of his murdered cousin. With the help of his best friend, he tries to summon the ghost of his, as I said, murdered cousin. Something goes wrong, and instead of summoning his cousin, he summons the bad boy Julian.
How the fuck did that happen?
We do not know, but we will find out in this book, and I'm super excited. After he accidentally summons the wrong ghost, they both decide to make a deal because Julian's like,
what the fuck?
I want to find out why I'm actually dead and what happened to me. Both of them decide to figure out together why Julian is dead. And at one point, Yadriel doesn't want Julian to leave anymore, but Julian is already dead. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm super excited. Now we have books from my September TBR. Gideon the Ninth. Medita, why didn't you do this? This is about
skeletons.
This is literally the vibe of October. And then I'm trying to read the Dark Academia books I didn't read. I started the Atlas 6, but I never read any of these, which is so stupid. This is why I'm doing an entire Dark Academia week where I'm just reading one of these each day, and I'm gonna vlog it all, because then I feel like I'm actually gonna read these books. I'm just so terrified that I won't like them. That's why I'm not reading these. So we have, as I said before, Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, If We Were Villains, Vita Nostra, and The Secret History. And then, as I said before, I started reading the Atlas 6. I want to finish 4 books that I started reading and never finished. First is obviously the Atlas 6. I'm a third into this book. I'm annotating this book, so it's taking me a while to read. So I really want to finish it this month, even though I started it last month. I really like it so far, though.
Why am I not finishing this book?
I'm so lazy. That's the biggest issue, you know? Then I want to finish Gothicana. I also started this weeks ago, and I never finished it. Don't know why. I'm really invested in the plot, so I'm hoping I can pick it up again. I just keep forgetting that I have this book. I keep reading other books and then forgetting about this one, which is super embarrassing, honestly. And then I have 2 romance books that don't fit the vibe at all that I need to finish, and that's Letters to the Lost. I never finished this after filming my annotation video. Don't ask me why. I don't know what the frick happened. I just completely forgot about it. I'm like a third into this book, so I just want to find out how Declan and Juliet help each other, because Juliet's mom died, and Declan is the residential bad boy of the school. He's like the loner, and I want to know what Declan's big secret is to why he's actually now this loner guy at a school.
What did he do?
I'm excited to find out, and I need to finish this book this month. month. And then I need to finish Sweet Hand. I'm actually reading this book now. This is just a romance book between
Enemies.
Therese and Kieran don't like each other, even though Kieran kind of had a secret crush on Therese for a while, which is super cute. But Therese is a baker. Kieran works at this music company, so both of them have a completely different career, but they're thrown together for this wedding because they're both in the same friend group. So hashtag forced proximity, and they have to help prepare the wedding. And I'm super excited to see what the ending is because I'm already over halfway through this book. And so far, I like it, but I'm trying to see how the ending goes. This is the end of my October TBR / fall TBR video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've read any of these books, please tell me if they are worth it because I'm
Super scared.
I hope I like them all. I hope I like the magic. I hope I like the witches because hashtag BB Blocksberg, du keine Hexe. I hope you all have a great day, evening, nighttime, morning, whatever time you're in. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Go read a book. And if you have any of these books on your TBR, go read them. Anyways, again, have a great day, happy reading, and see you next time. Bye!